Hiya. Right, as you can see, my cold end of the workshop is 7 degrees. So what I plan on doing is, with my project board here, let me zoom back a bit, sorry. Zoom back, come on, zoom back, zoom back, zoom back. I'm going to show you, because this pump, the one on the left, and there's one on the right, obviously the one on the right, because that's using 1060, the pump is very, very quiet. But the pump on the left, that's running 28-second oil, ticks like buggery. Absolutely drives me potty. To a point, when I got my TV on, even though I've got like a Bluetooth transmitter, so the speakers are in the middle of the workshop, I can't even hear it because that's ticking so loud. And as you can see, it is rubber mounted, but it's ticking and it's driving me potty. So I can't zoom back anymore. Okay, so it's going to be immersed in one of these, and I'll go through the process and show you how to do it. Pretty simple, doesn't cost a great deal, but it really, really does shut that noisy sod up. Okay, I'll go back, I'll pause now, and I'll come back to you. Right, before you go entombing your pump in whatever your chosen method, I mean mine's been silicon and it works very well, is to test the pump before, yeah? On a pump, just for, I don't know, just in case you want to know, the right hand lead is the live, yeah? So you can see I've marked it there with some your wife's nail varnish. Right, when you initially start up your diesel heater, you can hear it. First of all, it does a quick test of the pump. It sends like a 2 to 3 second signal, yeah, to make sure there is a pump there. And you'll hear it go up, 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 then stop. Then the glow plug just carries on. Then the pump will kick in. Yeah, so it automatically does that test. Right, these pumps, when you measure them, I don't know if hopefully you can see that. Oh, they should give you a return of 5 ohms, which is exactly what the ECU is looking for to make sure it has a pump in the first place before it carries on anything else. Okay, so check your pump. If it's given around 5 ohms, I mean all these cheap meters, I mean look, even if you give it no ohms, yeah, it's given 2, yeah. So as long as you're getting around about 5 at your pump, that's fine. Yeah, that's ready to be entombed and silenced. Right. Oh, there we go. Look for a knife. Right. See these little ribs here? What I find, it's easier to cut it on the ribs than when you're pushing the two parts back together. They virtually start self-sealing. Right. You can continue with a blade if you wish. I find scissors helps. I can get the shit off the scissors. Right, there we go. Right then, literally just cut all the way around. Because as you can see, the pump is very small and this bottle is very big. So you don't need to actually need it. You don't need it all. Right, so now you've got 2 halves. Yeah? Drill Oh, let me measure that. You want a hole, so a 7mm hole. Let me think, pretend let's measure the pipe. Drill a 5mm hole in the bottom, yeah, right in the bottom there, just so you got enough to get your pipe up through. Now these two bits do go together. After a bit of a battle. Come on, go in. Go in. Right, there we are. Okay. So now imagine you've got your pump set in the middle of that. He's sitting in the middle. Yeah? What I done with my first attempt, can't get it apart now, is put your pump in first, fill it as much as you can all the way around, yeah, so that part is already suspended. Then let me take that off because that's confusing the matter. Oh, that's a good fit. Then obviously your pipe can come out the top with your power leads, yeah, come straight out the top. I'm going to try a different method this time. I'm going to find some old 2K lacquer I've got, because when you let that go off in the gun it goes like rubber, so why not use it? I've got some really bad activator as well that doesn't activate and everything stays soft, so that could work quite well. Alright, I'll come back to you in a minute. Okay, right, as you can see, I have now submerged, and it looks strange like that, doesn't it? Because it actually looks a lot bigger than it is, but if you look at it from above, you can see it's just a standard pump. Yeah. Now it's cocooned in 2K lacquer, which stays rubbery. Yeah. So I thought I'd do that rather than use silicone. I just want to see if it makes any difference. So it's basically ready to go back on. I've got my braided lead on here that goes on my copper pipe. So I've already put the clamp on. I've just been putting that down there just to flare it out. A nice little tool, this really handy. It really is, just for, because it's going to go on to 6mm copper pipe straight into the system. Okay, right, he's ready to be fitted. Another look. Let me just show you something else. Put that away for a minute. What I use on my project board, because I'm always in and out with a burn chamber, that's why I got a quick release. Yeah, and I don't want to keep sodding about, taking off the fuel lines and bleeding it all. So these are airline couplings, yeah. These are 1/8 BSP, yeah, 1/8 BSP. And the internal bore of that, of your heater, is 2mm, yeah. So with the quick release coupling like this, I can just connect it up, job done, no leaks, no nothing, and I can disconnect it like that, and now that's locked. Yeah, you can't blow through that, the system doesn't start siphoning itself out, and it really does help. The one I've got on the board has got a little adjuster on it as well, so I can either turn my adjuster in or unclip it whilst I bleed it. Yeah, because it's not pumping up here when you're bleeding, I haven't got to worry about flooding the whole system, because obviously when you use your two fingers, yeah, you can't tell how far up it's gone. Yeah, it's all guesswork. You could end up flooding the system. So I use a quick release mechanism just to prevent it from flooding. Plus, this normally, you know, your metal plate that the whole thing bolts on, yeah, you end up having to take the whole bloody line off to get it out the hole. Now, that square plate, if you see where the hole is, if you get a pair of tin snips and just slip through it, you haven't got to disconnect this joint. So once I've joined that to that, yeah, so imagine that's got fuel line over it. Yeah, clamp there, job done. I can take the whole thing out because, like I said, I've cut a channel way through it, so I haven't got to disturb these joints at all, just to remove the burn chamber. Makes life so much easier. I don't know why they didn't do that. Okay, alright, the next video will be with this on my project board running and nice and quiet, because I do need it on, because that end of the workshop is bloody freezing. Okay chaps, bye for now.